Starting up by chaotic good. Chaotic good refers to heroes who fight for what's right using cold, ruthless, and highly practical methods. Willing to get their hands dirty, break every rule, and make brutal moral compromises that idealistic heroes would never accept. To see this in action, let's dive into the journey of Guts, who embodies the reluctant hero through his chaotic path. Born on a blood-soaked battlefield and raised among mercenaries, Guts learned early that mercy gets you killed. After suffering the ultimate betrayal during the eclipse, watching his closest friend Griffith sacrifice the entire band of the Hawk for godlike power, seeing his comrades slaughtered and the woman he loved violated right in front of him, Guts was left broken, one-armed, branded for life, and completely alone. Instead of giving up or waiting for justice, he simply picked up the massive Dragon Slayer greatsword and started swinging. Now known as the Black Swordsman, he wages an endless one-man war against apostles and demons every single night. He doesn't fight for glory, revenge alone, or some lofty sense of justice. He fights because if he stops, more innocent people die. He straps on the cursed berserker armor that slowly eats his body and mind. He teams up with former enemies and cut through anyone or anything that gets in his way. All so the few people he still cares about have a chance to live. Guts doesn't call himself a hero, he just refuses to stop struggling, completely proving that sometimes the only way to protect what's good is by becoming the monster all monsters are terrified of. Moving on to reluctant good. Reluctant good refers to heroes who are thrust into heroic roles against their will, often motivated by survival, circumstance, or personal desires rather than grand ideals, yet they rise to the challenge despite their doubts and reluctance. Denji from the anime and manga series Chainsaw Man is one of the most chaotic and unwilling examples of reluctant good in all of fiction. Living in abject poverty as a teenage devil hunter, scraping by on odd jobs and debt from his deadbeat dad's Yakuza loans, Denji's only companion is Pochita, a cute chainsaw devil who acts like a loyal dog. When the Yakuza betray and murder him to summon a more powerful devil, Pochita merges with Denji's corpse in a final act of friendship, reviving him as Chainsaw Man, a hybrid with chainsaws bursting from his body and the ability to regenerate by drinking blood. Suddenly, he's recruited by public safety devil hunters under the no-nonsense Makima, who dangles simple dreams like jam on toast and a normal life as bait to keep him fighting. Denji doesn't want to be a hero. He just craves basic comforts, good food, a girlfriend, and some peace after a lifetime of misery. But as devils rampage through Tokyo, from the Bat Devil kidnapping his cat to the Gun Devil's global terror, Denji gets pulled deeper into brutal battles, losing friends, uncovering conspiracies, and facing his own hybrid nature. He complains every step, motivated more by hormones and hunger than justice, yet he keeps revving up those chainsaws to protect the few people who show him kindness, evolving from a selfish kid into someone who sacrifices for others without even realizing it. Next up is Atoner good. Atoner good refers to heroes haunted by their past sins, who dedicate their lives to redemption through selfless acts, often enduring endless suffering to make amends for the harm they've caused. Thorfinn Karlsefni from the anime and manga series Vinland Saga is one of the most profound and tormented examples of Atoner good in all of fiction. Raised in a Viking world of endless war and vengeance, Thorfinn starts as a wide-eyed boy idolizing his father Thors, a legendary warrior who abandoned violence for peace. But when Thors is murdered by the ruthless mercenary Askeladd to fulfill a contract, young Thorfinn swears revenge and joins Askeladd's band, becoming a cold-blooded killer himself. For years, he hones his skills in brutal raids across England and beyond, slaughtering innocents, pillaging villages, and dueling for the chance to avenge his father, only for Askeladd to deny him fair fights every time, turning Thorfinn into a monster driven by hollow rage. The turning point shatters him. During the chaos of Prince Canute's rise, Askeladd reveals that he orchestrated Thor's death, but did so with twisted honor, then dies in Thorfinn's hands after entrusting him with a vision of a world without slaves or war. Captured and sold into slavery on a Danish farm, Thorfinn confronts the emptiness of his blood-soaked life, haunted by nightmares of the lives he destroyed. Vowing to honor his father's pacifist ideals, he rejects violence, endures backbreaking labor, and slowly rebuilds his soul through quiet acts of kindness, protecting the weak, forging alliances with former enemies, and questing to create Vinland, a land of true peace, free from the cycle of hatred, completely proving that even the bloodiest hands can plant seeds of peace if you're willing to till the soil with your own broken back. Now let's dive into the Protector good. Protector good refers to heroes whose unyielding drive centers on safeguarding a chosen few, be it family, a child, or a fragile hope, channeling fierce loyalty into a shield against the world's cruelties, often at the expense of their own scarred soul. To witness this fierce guardianship unfold like a storm-tossed saga, let's delve into the shadowed path of Joel Miller, who embodies the Protector through a heart-wrenching odyssey of loss and defiant love. Joel Miller from the video game and series The Last of Us stands as one of the most raw and relentless guardians in fiction. In a post-apocalyptic America ravaged by the cordyceps fungus that twists humans into ravenous infected, Joel starts as a hardened smuggler haunted by the death of his daughter Sarah on outbreak night, gunned down in his arms amid the panic. 2 decades later, he's a shell, trading in black market deals and violence, until he's tasked with escorting a teenage girl named Ellie across the ruins to the Fireflies, a rebel group seeking a cure. Ellie, immune to the infection, carries humanity's fragile hope in her veins. But for Joel, she's more a defiant echo of the daughter he lost, sparking embers of tenderness in his ashen heart. As they trek through crumbling cities teeming with clickers, bandits, and moral abysses, Joel teaches Ellie to shoot, scavenges for her safety, and unleashes brutal fury on any threat, crushing skulls, setting traps, and enduring wounds that would fell lesser men. He lies to protect her innocence, kills former allies who endanger her, and in a climactic betrayal of the greater good, storms the Fireflies hospital to rescue her from a fatal surgery that could save the world but doom his surrogate child. Carrying her unconscious form to safety, Joel weaves a web of deception to shield her from the truth, choosing one life over billions because in his fractured world, love's fierce grip outweighs salvation's cold calculus. Now let's dive into the most common type of good guys in fiction, the Paragon good. Paragon good refers to heroes who stand as flawless beacons of morality, selfless paragons of truth, justice, and hope, whose unyielding virtue inspires humanity to rise above its flaws. Superman from DC Comics across countless comics, films, and shows is the gold standard of heroic perfection in fiction, the alien farm boy who became humanity's unbreakable shield. Rocketed from the dying planet Krypton as baby Kal-El, he crash lands in Smallville, Kansas, adopted by Jonathan and Martha Kent, who instill in him Midwestern values amid his godlike powers, flight, invulnerability, and heat vision. As Clark Kent, the bumbling reporter for the Daily Planet, he hides his might behind glasses, romancing Lois Lane while secretly donning the iconic blue and red suit to battle threats from Lex Luthor's schemes to alien invasions and cosmic tyrants like Darkseid. But Superman's true power isn't Kryptonian. It's his refusal to kill, his endless compassion, saving cats from trees 1 minute, halting nuclear wars the next, all while preaching truth, justice, and the American way. He's punched through dimensions, died for Earth against Doomsday only to resurrect stronger, and faced personal kryptonite like lost love or identity crises. Yet he never wavers, lifting planes, stopping bullets for strangers, and embodying hope that even the weakest can stand tall. And now the last but not least, Martyr good. Martyr good refers to heroes who embrace ultimate self-sacrifice, willingly laying down their lives for a cause, loved ones, or the greater good. To capture this epic blaze of selfless glory, let's unravel the iron-willed odyssey of Tony Stark, whose debatable descent from ego to eternity embodies the martyr like a supernova of heroism. Tony Stark, from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, across films like Iron Man to Avengers Endgame, is one of the most charismatic and controversially epic examples of martyr good in modern fiction. Starting as a weapons mogul captured in Afghanistan, Tony builds his first Iron Man suit to escape, renouncing arms dealing after a near-death epiphany that war profiteering fueled endless cycles of destruction. As Iron Man, he joins the Avengers, battling Loki's invasion, Ultron's apocalypse, and his own demons, fractured alliances in Civil War, and the guilt of half the universe dusting away after Thanos' snap in Infinity War. Mentored by his tech genius and quips, Tony retires briefly to family life with Pepper and daughter Morgan, but the weight of loss pulls him back, inventing time travel to undo the snap. In Endgame's climactic battle, facing Thanos' army, Tony seizes the Infinity Stones, knowing the power will incinerate him. With a defiant "I am Iron Man," he snaps, erasing the Mad Titan and his forces, saving reality at the cost of his life, leaving behind a hologram message of love, proving his evolution from self-absorbed inventor to ultimate redeemer. And that's a wrap for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and subscribe for more topics like this one.